Number one, the first thing I want to get into is this particular book, The Presence of Siva, to try to give you some information. There's a God by the name of Pastor Johnny. There's a God by the name of Brahma. And in so many words, Brahma is another story. Brahma came from the Uncreate, which he makes love to his daughter. Anytime you hear the daughter is also the mother. So in Kabbalah, you got the great mother, which is called Ain sort of Uda. And when she comes down to the bottom, she's called the fallen Shekinah, which is also called the daughter. Or the earth is also called the daughter. So basically, when the great mother falls, she becomes the daughter. So in so many words, in this particular, the stuff coming from the Rig Veda, the god Brahma makes love to the daughter. And in so many words, he creates a certain universe because he ends up getting this particular seed, or this light seed of creation. He creates this particular universe and he infringes or disturbs the Uncreate. Now the Uncreate is the realm of the great mother, which is whole. It has everything that we can ever imagine already in it. Except this little damn flaw, which is this Pastor Johnny, or this particular Brahma or Indra. These particular male deities. Meanwhile, when he creates and disturbs the Uncreate, the wholeness of the Uncreate, as it talks about in the Rig Veda. Meanwhile, when he disturbs this, the great mother immediately sends her son Rudra. Rudra is the star system Sirius, and he comes down to avenge the mother or to fight against this particular father deity, the father. Now it's interesting that in all of the older scriptures, the father, in the older ones, the father is always this asshole that came down and created this damn shit here and botched the job when he did it. You see what I'm saying? So Rudra comes down, and when he catches up with this Pastor Johnny or Brahma or Indra, he's getting ready to kill him. But this asshole begs for his life. And begs Rudra, which is a form of the great mother, which is the son of the mother, he begs Rudra to save his life. So what Rudra does, in so many words, Rudra spares his life. So what happens is Rudra, in order to clean up this particular infringement against the Uncreate, he has to incarnate down here into this particular cycle. And in so many words, when he incarnates down here, he becomes the fallen one. And he incarnates down here, because remember in the movie The Matrix, well, how did he have to kill the program, the agent? How did he kill him? He went inside of him. Remember, he went inside of him, and that's how he was able to kill him. So the Rudra comes down, and he said, well, I got to become a part of the creation and go through this cycle to clean it up. Well, one of the ways that Rudra comes down and destroys everything is he literally turns into a black hole, and he sucks up Pastor Johnny's creation, which destroys the matrix and break it up into pure light, and that's rescuing you from the doggone matrix, and grinds everything that is not of the original back into it, so therefore you come out seeing. Rudra lets fly his arrow against the father, who is engaged in a creative act. Rudra avenges the infringement of the pre-existence of the wholeness of the great mother, but did not prevent the seed from falling to earth. The father played a precarious role. The father begged Rudra to spare his life and made Rudra lord of animals, which equals man. So literally, he made Rudra the god over man, because also, if you talk about the spiritual realm, they said that the physical realm is also called the animal realm. So Rudra was made the lord of the realm. So also, this was in the text is also telling you that he's one of the most high. Then he comes down here and he's later on made the lord of the animals, which means he's actually made into this physical substance, is what the text is actually talking about here. Now, the father, which is also called Demiurge, had broken the state of wholeness that existed before the fall of the seed. This state is beyond words. It is the indescribable and the inaccessible to the senses, the physical senses. It is neither non-being nor being. This is all what they're talking about, this great pre-existent matter that you now call darkness, Satan, and prime evil. Rudra is the god of darkness. And basically he draws up all the water from the earth, and once the water becomes in heaven, becomes a whirlpool, that water itself will suck everything up in the earth, and the earth gets sucked into this particular void, or this particular vortex. The creation is an act of violence that infringes upon the uncreate. This is the beginning of all things. Now, in this particular case, in metaphysical sense, it's talking about one that got trapped in the physical body and thinking he came from a long way. Which in actuality, he's in the same damn place he was before. And also, but we come to find out, but in the Greek mythology, they say before anything exists, you had chaos, which is the uncreate, or the triple blackness of space, and the next thing you get is Gaia, the earth. So Gaia, now that means now the earth was always in the cosmos. What we call the creation is the covering over of the physical earth. So what we call the spiritual earth was always here in the beginning. That's a form of the great mother. You see what I'm saying? That's why in the Kabbalah she becomes the fallen daughter. But if you look at the spear on the Baal, which is the Kabbalah, you'll see the tree of life, and you'll see at the bottom, which is supposed to be earth, it has the fallen daughter. That means that the great mother was transferred. So in the Greek mythology, you got Gaia was in the beginning. Before there was anything, there was God, the earth. And then the earth was later on fell, which means that the physical, it was trapped into a physical matrix. You see what I'm saying? Or as they say in the Hindu thing, there was a whole sphere of Maya put around the planet. And Maya means illusion. You see what I'm saying? Illusion. So the earth was always here. So in so many words, these particular Asuras were the original, in this book they say the original gods of the universe were called the Asuras. But you get the word Asar, you get the word Ahura in the Zoroastrian mythology in Persia, and you get the word Ahura Mazda, and you get Chief Ahura on Star Trek, which will happen to be a black woman. You see what I'm saying? But all that is Osiris, Asura. You get the word Sarah, which you see the fraternities talking about. You see the sororities. The Sarah is coming from Asura. Asura. And you get in the Quran, you get what? The Surah. 14 Surah, 15 Surah. You understand what I'm saying? All of this, but in the Vedic mythology, which is Sanskrit, which is very old, which is Indus Kush, which is Ethiopian and Indian line that came from Ethiopia. In here, they say that the Surahs were in the beginning before all the other ones, but the Surahs fell to earth and became demons. But the demons was peace-loving, trustworthy, and they had a great outlook. But here come the gods. They were supposed to divide the land up between the gods, and the gods shitted them out of their land. If you talk about the physical realm. But in so many words and all, it's subject to illusion. So because of the illusions, these particular Asuras could not get the full aspect of the creation. Although it's the creation of the Father, we still is greater than being in the physical body. Even in the whole context of the universe in which this Father created, it still wouldn't be such a bad place to play around with if you didn't have to shit, piss, and eat. And worry about dishing out a living. You're putting rocks together and wood and stuff together. You see what I'm saying, for fire and all kind of dumb stuff. So what happened was, because we was in these physical bodies, the Asuras was not able to get the full aspect of this universe. And the gods cheated them out of that, so in so many years, they became hostile, which is talking about us. Rudra becomes Siva. And Siva and Rudra, Siva is the manifestation of Rudra, or the Christ. Rudra is the avenger, Siva is the destroyer. Now this is what's going on now. They both rise as Satanu, Set Anubis, or the phallus, or a pillar, or the pineal upright phallus that shoots the semen to the brain. So we're not so basically, in so many words, in the last and final incarnation, Rudra, which used to be the star system Sirius, becomes Siva as the pineal gland, which is in both male and female. And both rises as a pillar that shoots semen to the brain. Setanu is the ascetic rises into a impreme, whatever that means, between Rudra and Set, which is talking about a pillar, the Avenger, and Siva the Destroyer. And they say that Septinus, which is this pillar, is emotionally shaped, which has only one direction, upward. It restores the unspent integrity that was in the beginning of things. So in so many words, standing in the creation here, and at the end of the eon, Siva will destroy the cosmos and absorb it back into himself in differentiated darkness of cosmic light that is called the reflex of the uncreate. Henceforth, Septinu becomes the name Rudra Siva in the name of the great God and will act as the motionless pillar, the pineal gland. So in so many words, I'm reading out of this text. In so many words, what they're saying, what he's going to do is, this pineal gland in us is going to basically, in so many words, suck everything back up into the uncreated. And that is the new Jerusalem, or the new existence. That's why even when you saw the Zion was in the deepest core of the underworld. So that's called the deepest core of the subconscious. So that's why you see your boys and them, George Lucas got to tell you to turn from the dark side. Because now we're talking about, in so many words, over and over again, that particular side is the true side.